Hello, everybody. Welcome to Running a Legit Business with Precious Toju. I want to sincerely thank you for signing up for this program. I don't know where you saw the advert, whether it's on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Thank you for signing up. It just tells me that you've been following my program, and it also tells me that there's something that you're doing that you actually want to be very sure of. So thank you for signing up for this advanced business class, and I believe that it will be worth it will be worth the time. Now, the whole essence of this advanced business class is to educate and enlighten us on the major difference between an enterprise, which is commonly known as a business name, and a company. Basically, why I decided to do this is because a lot of people meet me and they say, Precious, I want to register a business name. And by the time they tell me the objectives of the business they want to carry out, what they intend to do, it cannot be registered as a business name, but should be registered as a company, or some even as an NGO or a cooperative or something. So a lot of people do not really know the difference between an enterprise, which is commonly known as a business name, or a venture. You could call it an enterprise, a venture, a business name, or a trade name, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of people do not really know the major difference. So because of my interaction with a lot of customers and clients, I decided to do this particular video, this particular online class, which is absolutely free of charge. So meaning that you're tapping into my professional knowledge free of charge. that was on a lighter note. So that's the essence of this program, because you need to, when you want to start something, before you start anything in life, you need to be properly guided. You need to understand what you're starting. You may have an idea, you may have a good business idea, a project in mind, but you have to actually understand what it entails. And the only way you can actually understand it better is to get involved, get the professionals, different professionals that has to do with your business involved, so that you can have a better understanding. So that's basically the essence of this program, of this advanced business class, so that you can understand the meaning, the major difference between an enterprise and a company. It doesn't matter if you've registered either. It doesn't really matter. It's also to guide you. And if you haven't registered any, you're the luckiest person, so you'll be able to understand and know better. So basically, this advanced business class is being sponsored and powered by Springtown Business School. Let me talk a little bit about Springtown. Springtown Business School is where we teach you how to make money, how to showcase your business, how to advertise, how to use digital marketing, how to use the Google to advertise. And we basically teach you how to make money, and we only have paid classes in the Springtown Business School. We have different courses. We also teach business law, and I want to say this, that any business you want to go into, or any business that you're already into, whether it is cosmetic, whether it is body care, whether it is importation, there are laws that is guiding every business. And so when you fill our form, we get to see, and then we put you in the proper place you're supposed to be, and we teach. And so we don't just teach you how about your business. We teach you, we give you a good understanding of the laws that is guiding your business. As a barber, there's a law that is guiding that barbering business, so you not be liable into it. We teach that. We teach you strategies, how to get customers, how to get clients, how to make money, digital marketing. We teach you how to be professional. So our core area is business law, strategies, and professionalism. That's basically what we teach in the Springtown Business School. And then we have the Swift Legal Information Technology Services Limited, which is a one-stop corporate job center. We are basically involved in registering businesses, companies, NGOs, NAFDAC, number. You want to export, you want to import, you need license, we get that for you. You need permanent, you need a resident permit, we do that for you. Post incorporation activities with the Corporate Affairs Commission. You are an author writer, you want to get your ISBN, ISN, want to publish your stuff on newspaper. It's a whole lot. So it's a one-stop corporate job center. So this program, this advanced business class, is being sponsored by these two beautiful people. So I want to talk a little bit about me, okay, because you have to know who is teaching you or who is taking you through this advanced business class. My name is Precious Toju, and I am a lawyer by profession. I am a lawyer. I'm a real estate consultant. I have special expertise in real estate, and I'm also an entrepreneur. So if I am talking to you about business, I have a first-hand experience because I'm also into businesses, so to say. And I'm also a business solicitor. Now, when you wonder, you're a lawyer, a business solicitor, what's the difference? Yes, I'm a lawyer, fine, but I'm also a business solicitor because my expertise is also in business law, business, commercial, and corporate law. In as much as one is a lawyer, we have lawyers that are specialized in different affairs. We have lawyers that are specialized in criminal law, some are specialized in oil and gas, some are specialized in maritime and aviation. So my area of specialty is real estate, corporate, commercial, and business law, among other things. So that is why I say I'm a business solicitor. So I'm also a speaker. I speak at events, seminars, religious activities. I speak at school events and all that. I'm a speaker. I speak anywhere, depends on what you want me to talk about. You want me to talk about an aspect of the law? You want me to talk about life, personal growth, leadership skills, whatever it is. I'm also a speaker. I write a lot. I write the way I talk, so to say. So I have a lot of published and unpublished articles that I've written, and I'm also a YouTube host on Law Talk TV. It's actually a program that helps people to understand. It's basically legal awareness. We have a lot of videos there. We have breaking news, we have interviews, help you to understand what your duties are as a Nigerian citizen, whether you're in Nigeria or outside the country. Because before you can get to claim rights, you have to also understand that you have certain duties to also perform. So that is what Law Talk TV is all about. I'm going to drop the link after this program. Please endeavor to sign. I'm also a blogger. I have my personal blog or a business blog that is called Business Paddle, and Business Paddle. So it's just basically about business and all that you need to start, grow, and run your business is in Business Paddle. So please also sign up. I'm going to drop the link as well after this class. And I'm also a family woman. I'm happily married with children, and so that's basically about Precious Toju Kusanjia. Now let us go back to the essence of the core essence of today's advanced business class. I'm going to be talking about enterprise and company, the major difference. Enterprise and company, the major difference. Now, what are the things that you stand to learn at the end of this class? What are the things that you're going to take home? What are the things that you're going to learn? What are the new things that you haven't known before, or you've had an idea that you're going to be better off? One of the things that you're going to learn is the real meaning of an enterprise and a company. You're also going to learn the major differences. Which is the core. The core of this advanced business class. And then you're going to learn businesses that can be registered as an enterprise or as a company. You're also going to learn the merits and demerits of registering either. And most importantly, you're going to have a direct consultation with my humble self just 20 minutes after this class. Whatever questions that it is that you have within the purview of what we're about to discuss, please feel free to ask me, because on a good day for consultation, people will pay. But you're going to have free consultation with my humble self. I'm very humble about it, please, so don't take it the other other way. So that is basically what you're going to take home today. So I trust that you are with your writing materials. I really trust that you're with your writing materials, and I believe I'm not too fast, because a lot of people do say I talk so fast. So I hope I'm not too fast for anybody. Now I believe you're with your writing material, because no matter how brilliant you are, no matter how good you are, no matter how your memory is good, you have to write down something. You could need this information. You may not need it now. You may not even be doing any business now, but you could be thinking. You may even be doing a business now, and this will direct you. You may not even have registered. You're thinking of registering. Beautiful. This will put you all right. So now let's proceed. So what is an enterprise? An enterprise basically is the registration of the business name. You can see that the registration is in uppercase, is in cap locks. You do not incorporate a business name. You register it with the Corporate Affairs Commission, and it is done under the Part A of CAMA, that is the Companies and Allied Matters Act. That is the law in Nigeria, the National Assembly law that regulates all companies, all businesses, all NGOs, schools that is being registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. So that's basically, an enterprise is the registration of the business name, a trade name, a venture, a risk, and undertaking for the purpose of carrying out a business. It is registered either as a sole proprietorship or partnership. What do I mean by this? Now, if I am selling human hair, if I do mini importation and I'm selling human hair, or I'm also selling ladies' wears or children wears, now I may decide to call it, my name is Precious. So let me say I decide to call it House of Precious Collections. That is my trade name. We all know Tara, House of Tara, Hot. That is a trade name. So she will now register Hot, as in she will register Hot, House of Tara, as a business name. Now, it is a business she's carrying out on her own. She's a sole proprietorship, she's a sole proprietor of the business, meaning she's the one that owns the business, she's the one that runs the business, she's the one that decides how the business will be run. She's the alpha and omega of the business, and she does it single-handedly. Yes, she may have support staff, but she's the person that is taking major decisions when it comes to the business. It is a trade name that she's registering. Oh, just register this name as House of Precious. So that's basically what an enterprise or a business name is. And the registration is done under the Part A of the Companies and Allied Matters Act with the CAC. CAC simply means here the Corporate Affairs Commission. So you register your business name with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Now, what is a company? It is an incorporation of a separate legal entity to carry out business as well, also for profit making. It has directors, shareholders, and the major stakeholders. So you can see that there's a difference. This one has to do with a sole proprietor or even a partner. Even a husband could be a partner in a business. She could have somebody that is good in marketing, the person decides to partner with her. It's not the same as a company. A company has directors, and a company has shareholders as the main stakeholders. So that simply tells you and I that when it comes to a company, no director is the alpha and omega. He cannot take decisions single-handedly without getting other co-directors and shareholders involved. Now, shareholders, shared subscribers is a different topic entirely, a very broad topic that we teach at the business school. Now, it is registered under the Part B of CAMA with the Corporate Affairs Commission. So we can see business is registered under Part A. Now, company is incorporated under Part B. Now, what are the major differences? I need us to pay very good attention to this. What are the major differences? Now, for an enterprise, we've said that it could be registered as a sole proprietorship or as a partnership. Sorry, there was no HIP on that partners. It could be registered as a sole proprietorship or as partners. It's supposed to be partnership. However, while a company is to be registered as a director, it has directors and shareholders. Now, for a business name or an enterprise, it will, if the owner of the business dies, that is the end of that business. That is the end. That is legally speaking. Yes, the family may run, but that is basically the end of the business. Except there are agreement that says, oh, this business will subsist, will still exist after me. Now, but for a company, it still exists even after the death of a director. That is because it is a legal entity that is different from the company. Now, for example, if my husband and I come together to register, to incorporate a business, incorporate a company, and we want to produce pad, and we're saying Toju's Pads Limited. Now, Toju's Pad Limited is different from Mrs. Toju and Mr. Toju. We are just the directors. There's this veil that the law puts in between the name of the company and the directors. That is the working brain, the minds behind the company. Now, for an enterprise or a business name, there is no need for share capital. You do not have share capital when it comes to a business name. You just go and register. That is just a registration. You just register. So that it won't look as if you are doing business in your name, because without registering you cannot have a corporate account. So you have to register so you get a corporate account, so people look at you that this is, to an extent, she's running a legit business. So but for a company, you must have share capital of minimum of 50,000 naira. Minimum of 50,000 naira for you to register a company. The least capital that CSC will accept is 50,000 naira. And there's some company you want to incorporate that 1 million is not even, they will not accept 1 million share capital. Some is minimum of 10 million share capital. For example, you want to incorporate a microfinance bank. You need a minimum of 10 million share capital. So that's what I think it is the minimum, because it depends on the business. There's some business that they demand 50 million and 100 million, 200 million. So another difference between an enterprise and a company is that there are no share subscribers. Of course, if there are no shares, there is no share capital. There won't be share subscribers. So, but for company, they must have shares subscribers. There must be shares subscribers. Now, for an enterprise, there is no need for a corporate secretary. But for a company, you must have a corporate secretary. A corporate secretary could be a lawyer, a law firm, or a chartered accounting firm, or a chartered firm that is, or if it's going to be a non-lawyer, the person has to be chartered, meaning the person has to have be certified by this Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. So that is one very major difference between an enterprise and a company. An enterprise can, you can randomly have a secretary that stays at your reception. That's different. That is just a support staff. That is just an office assistant. But it is a legal requirement for a company to have a corporate. There's a difference between secretary and corporate secretary. You must have a corporate secretary, which is either should be a lawyer, a law firm, a firm of accountants, or a person that is chartered, that is certified by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. And then there are no AGM for enterprise, as in no annual general meeting, but annual general meeting is compulsory for companies. Now, it's not compulsory to keep register and records, but for companies, it is compulsory. It is a legal requirement. You must keep registers, and you must keep registers and records, because there are times that these things will be demanded. Now, Businesses that can be registered as either an enterprise or incorporated as a company. I'm not going to break it down the whole lot, but all businesses can be registered as an enterprise except when it has to do with investment, financial institution, or any business that needs special proficiency. So you can register anything as a business, but you have to be careful the way you couch your objectives. That's a different topic entirely, which is that's in the business school. Now you have to be you have to be very conscious of how you couch your objectives. There's how you couch your objectives, or even the name of your business, that it will not be accepted by the Corporate Affairs Commission. But one thing is sure: once it has investment in it, when it has financial institution in it, microfinance or whatever, when it shows some threats or some features of special proficiency, then you can't register it as a business name. You have to incorporate it as a company. Now, all businesses, except for charitable organizations, can be registered as a limited liability company. It could be limited liability, could be public limited liability, could be unlimited liability, could be limited by guarantee. That is a different topic entirely that we do teach in the business school. Now, what are the merits or demerits of registering either an enterprise or a company? Now, let me take an enterprise first. Now, one of the merits is simple registration procedure. All you need is a very little thing: passport, your name, and then you pay money, and then you register. Then you have then one of the demerits of an enterprise is you just have mere legal recognition. The business is registered as in part A. Okay, we know. So that's one of the merits. It's not really taking that. There's no unique, like the company. There's no unique legal. There's no unique legal recognition. Now you have owner is as the same as the business name owner, because for example, if you're going to be sued, they always put your name there, I mean there's no major difference between you and the business, because the business is seen as you are the business and the business is you. You are the alpha and omega of the business. So you are the same as the business. That's one of the demerits. Now the owner can decide to end the business. The owner or owners of the business name or an enterprise can decide to end it at any time. They can just wake up tomorrow morning and say, this house of Precious should be no more, and that is how they will just end it, share the money that they've made, share the properties, and it will go. So that's one of the, well, one will see it as a merit, some will see it as the merit. Now, changes can occur at will. They can just wake up one day and sack the secretary, can wake up one day and change the location, can wake up one day and say, we're not going to be importing hairs, we're not going to be importing wares, we want to start importing television. So they can decide to just wake up one day and do maybe, and then they can also have a corporate account. That's one good advantage of it. Now, the company has a cumbersome registration procedure. You need directors, you need shareholders, you need audit is also needed in enterprise, but the registration procedure is not as cumbersome as the word looks, but it's not as easy as the registration of an enterprise. Now you also have unique legal recognition, because the law sees a company as separate from its directors. So when it is a limited liability and the company has gone into bankrupt, the directors cannot be held responsible. The personal things cannot be taken. Unlike a business name, you will pay with all your properties. That's one of the merits. And directors are different from the company, which I've said, and they have separate legal entity, which I've said. Board resolutions are required to effect changes. So you want to sack your secretary, which is a corporate secretary, you have to get a board resolution to appoint a secretary to remove. You want to remove one director for maybe misconduct, you have to get a board resolution to remove. AGM, you have to send, the secretary will have to send notice of meeting to every shareholder. Any shareholder that has not been there, that has not been notified, can object to that meeting. So that's one merit, and also the merits of company. Now, ending the company requires special legal procedure. Unlike a business, you can just wake up and say you're not doing your business again, or I want to change your objectives. If you want to change objectives for company, you have to do a board resolution. If you want to dissolve the company, go into liquidation, or you want to wind up the company, there are procedures that you have to go, file certificates in court, and there's procedures call liquidators, receiver managers to take over a lot of things. It's quite a cumbersome procedure to actually wind up or end a company. So thank you so much. I hope I didn't take so much of your time. Thank you. I hope you have learned one or two things from this class. We've come to the end of the class, and I hope you sincerely learned one or two things in the class. Now, there's going to be a DIY section. A DIY section simply means do it yourself. Now, if you desire to register your business or incorporate your company all by yourself without using any professional, without using Swift Legal or using Mrs. Precious, you can sign up for my 3-day DIY section where you will learn how to register your business or incorporate your company all by yourself from start to finish. Now, the registration fee is just 10,000 naira for business name. That is for you to be entitled for that business class with me under the purview of Springtown Business School. You're going to pay 10,000 naira for registration of business name to teach you how to start from beginning to the end without anybody's help. Now, for company to incorporate your company, to learn how to do it, you have to pay 20,000 naira for the fee. That's for the class. Now, you have to, when you're making your transfer, making payment, you have to use this promo code, which is DIY promo 0819. DIY promo 0819 when making your payment. It's a 3-day class. It runs from Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a continuous class. I do it every week. I do the class every week. So a different set of students this week, a different set of students next week. So if you pay within the week, I have to move you to the next week. It's an every week class. Now you click on I'm going to put the payment link on the WhatsApp platform, and then you can make your payment. So thank you so much. Now it's time for direct consultation. Please ask me whatever you will. Please be caution, a little bit caution. It has to be within the purview of what this advanced business class is all about, which is the major difference between an enterprise and a business name. I hope you learned something. Drop your questions. 20 minutes. I'm all yours, guys. 20 minutes, and I'm going to answer any question whatsoever. Thank you for your time, and I really appreciate you. Thank you for signing up, and God bless you so very much. Take care.